If you've been waiting for Apple's next affordable flagship, this might be the moment, because the iPhone 17e could be launching much sooner than anyone expected. And when we say soon, we mean next week soon. Apple is preparing a wave of new product announcements, and the timing lines up almost perfectly. Remember, the iPhone 16e launched around this same period last year, so a one-year refresh cycle? That makes total strategic sense. But the release timing isn't the only big story. The real excitement starts with the upgrades. Let's break down everything we know so far about the iPhone 17e, including the A19 chip, dynamic island upgrade, design decisions, camera improvements, and whether the rumored $599 price actually makes sense in 2026. And trust me, there are some surprising details here. Dynamic island finally replaces the notch. Let's start with the headline feature. According to multiple supply chain sources, including respected Apple analyst leaks, the iPhone 17e is expected to lose the notch and adopt dynamic island. And honestly, this is huge. The notch has started to feel outdated. Apple introduced dynamic island as a smarter, more interactive solution, blending notifications, Face ID activity, music playback, timers, and live activities into one adaptive interface. Moving the 17e to dynamic island instantly modernizes the phone. It aligns the design language with the rest of the current iPhone 17 lineup. And for many buyers, this single change will make the device feel far more current generation. This is Apple slowly eliminating visual differences between its premium and budget models without completely blurring the lines. Smart move. Design, familiar but refined. Now here's the part some people may not love. If you're expecting a completely new exterior redesign, that's unlikely. The iPhone 17e will reportedly retain the same design foundation as the iPhone 16e, which itself carried the classic iPhone 14 style body. That means aluminum frame, flat edges, action button, USB-C port, standard volume layout, clean, minimalist Apple styling, and yes, the display size is expected to remain 6.1 inches. So if you were hoping for the larger 6.3-inch panel seen on the standard iPhone 17, that upgrade probably won't happen here. But this isn't necessarily bad news. The 6.1-inch size remains one of the most popular smartphone form factors worldwide. It's compact enough to be comfortable, yet large enough for media, gaming, and multitasking. Apple clearly sees no reason to fix what isn't broken. Performance upgrade, A19 chip incoming. Now this is where things get serious. The iPhone 17e is expected to feature the brand new A19 chip. That's a major leap. While it may not include the full GPU core count found in the standard iPhone 17, leaks suggest we could see 6-core CPU, 2 performance cores plus 4 efficiency cores, 4-core GPU configuration, improved AI processing, better thermal efficiency, and most importantly, stronger battery optimization. The A19 is rumored to be even more power efficient than the A18, meaning better real-world battery life without increasing battery size dramatically. For an E model, getting the latest generation silicon is impressive. Apple continues to use chip performance as the key differentiator in long-term value. And that matters, because software support, longevity is directly tied to chip generation. Connectivity, upgrades, goodbye Qualcomm modem. Another interesting detail involves Apple's custom silicon strategy. The iPhone 17e is expected to continue using the C1 modem, but this time paired with Apple's newer N1 network chip for Wi-Fi and wireless efficiency improvements. That means improved connectivity stability, better power efficiency, reduced dependency on third-party networking chips. This shift continues Apple's long-term goal of vertical integration. And once again, efficiency equals better battery life. You're mine. Seeing a pattern here. Apple may not dramatically increase battery size, but they're optimizing everything around it. Camera. Small tweaks. Not a revolution. Let's talk cameras. Don't expect a massive hardware overhaul. The iPhone 17e will likely retain a single rear camera setup, but possibly upgraded to a refined 48-megapixel main sensor, similar to what's found in higher-tier models. That would mean sharper detail, improved low-light processing, better digital zoom flexibility, enhanced smart HDR tuning. However, don't expect a dual-camera system here. Apple typically reserves that for higher-priced models. On the front, though, there's exciting potential. With Dynamic Island replacing the notch, Apple could upgrade the selfie camera to an improved 18 MP front sensor, matching the main iPhone 17 lineup. That would deliver sharper FaceTime calls, better social media selfies, improved low-light front camera performance, stronger portrait edge detection for content creators and social-first users. This is actually a meaningful upgrade. Release date. Could it drop next week? Here's the part everyone's waiting for. Reports suggest the iPhone 17e could launch as early as next week, not necessarily through a full Apple keynote event, but potentially via a press release or short announcement video, similar to how the iPhone 16e debuted. Apple has increasingly used this quiet launch strategy for non-pro models. It keeps attention focused without overhyping the product. If the timeline holds, we're days away from confirmation. Price is $599 too high. Now, let's talk money. The expected launch price? Around $519, and yes, that feels slightly aggressive, especially when you consider that the standard iPhone 17 might retail around $619. But here's the reality. Apple devices typically drop in price within 3 to 5 months through third-party retailers, like Amazon and Best Buy. If history repeats itself, we could see the iPhone 17e drop closer to $499 later in the year. And at $499, this becomes a much more compelling value proposition, especially with A19 chip, Dynamic Island improved efficiency, 48 MP camera, long-term iOS support. That's a powerful package for under $500. Final thoughts, should you be excited? The iPhone 17e may not be revolutionary, but it could be one of the smartest strategic updates Apple has made in years. By modernizing the front design, upgrading to the A19 chip, improving connectivity efficiency, and keeping pricing relatively stable, Apple is strengthening the affordable flagship segment. The big question is this: is the iPhone 17e the best value iPhone in 2026, or should you stretch for the regular iPhone 17 instead? That's what we'll be testing as soon as official details drop. So tell me in the comments, are you excited about the iPhone 17e launch next week? Would you buy it at $599 or wait for that $499 discount window?